Alright, what is up, guys? We are back with Attack on Titan Volume 25. I don't even think I can put it into words how excited I am to get to jump into this volume. Based off the cover alone, seeing, a transformed Eren within, enemy territory is just like, I think from here on out, I feel like I've already seen the cover of 26 as well, so like I feel like here on out, man, this is just gonna get like crazier and crazier. I'm excited to see how this conversation is about to go down. So let's just jump in, man. Honestly, let's just go. And also, I want you guys to because I've been wondering this. I've been listening to a lot of Attack on Titan music lately, and just anime music in general, as I normally do. But the opening specifically, I'm curious, which one is your favorite out of all the openings in the anime? If you had to pick one, which is your favorite? For me personally, I love, obviously the first one's iconic. It's a classic, right? I love the second one. I feel like that one is very underrated. It doesn't get talked about as much, but it's a very good opening. Gloria or whatever. And then, of course, Season 2 Opening 1, that one is also a classic. But if I had to pick one, I feel like I would pick the very first opening 9 times out of 10. But yeah, I'm curious. Let me know what's your favorite opening in the anime for you. Alright, so let's get started. I've been having the same dream over and over. I dream of the old man who hanged himself in that settlement. I wonder why he told us that story before he put the noose around his neck. How can you ever understand that? He probably wanted someone to forgive him. He had no way of knowing he couldn't, after all. We left Marcel behind and ran. For some reason, I can't help thinking that old man wanted someone to judge him. Oh man, chapter 99. And also, this is something that just registered in my head. But it's like you guys also know how every 100th chapter or so, chapter 100, chapter 200, 300, 400, so on so forth. It's like a monumental moment for that specific manga. So we're approaching chapter 100 next. I'm fully expecting something huge to happen next chapter. So yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's go. Just staring at each other. Falcon's just like, I thought you said you two were old friends, that he'd be surprised, right, Mr. Kruger? Yes, thank you, Falco, for making this happening. For making this meeting happen. There's a lot there's a lot we have to talk about. It's just hard to figure out where to start. This can't be real. I feel like that would be my exact reaction as well. Like, how are you here? Like, what? This does not make any sense. But also kind of the tug of war and the struggle that has, been Reiner's character all along. I feel like it's just all coming to a head right here in this moment. Anyway, sit down, Reiner. This is a good seat. You'll hear all the commotion on stage from here. Above us is a regular apartment building. It's behind the stage, but a lot of its residents are looking out their windows, excited for the curtain to rise. Right above our heads. Huh? Mr. Kruger, did you hurt your hand? Yes, it's just a scratch. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just a scratch. Dude. Also, Reiner's face, too, when he saw that. And I think what gets me most excited is that we've only seen this time skip version of Eren or whatever for what, the last 3 chapters or so, maybe, right? This is a different Eren, something even I feel like even with his the realization of him being the attack titan and just The entire revelations of everything that happened in the basement. I feel like you started to see his character like slowly change a little bit, but now it's almost like he's completely different. Like I don't know, there's something like almost like I don't want to say like unsettling, but like I don't know. I feel really like I can't even explain it, man. It's just like a different Eren, and it's real. I'm really interested to see where he's gonna go. Anyway, Reiner, sit down. I'll see you both later. No, Falco, you'll stay here and listen to my story too. Interesting. Huh? Falco, do as he says. Okay. Lord Tybur, it's nearly time. Yes. Look who it is. Come to tell me to break a leg? My heartiest welcome to the entire Azumabito family. I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see your face, that's all. Looks dreadful, doesn't it? A full-blown case of stage fright. You're a brave man. Our family knows this fact as well. I pray that you fulfill your duty without incident. Very much obliged, Miss Kiyomi. Now, let us leave this place. Interesting, okay. Oh my, it's nice to see you again. So you came today. Mr. Leonhardt. Oh, wow. Miss Braun, I suppose we haven't met since the day we welcomed your son home. It would have been a shame to turn down the honor we are being given. Yes, they went to the trouble of giving us our own seats here after all. What an incredible honor. By the way, I knew old Hoover was bedridden, but I heard he had up and died. Yes, he passed peacefully in Marley's caring hands until the very end. He always spoke of how proud he was that his son devoted his all to Marley. And I'm sure your daughter was just as splendid when she's not dead. Annie's alive. She promised me she would come back. So excited for that. For that eventual comeback for Annie. Like, I know I fanboy over her a lot, but like, I just love how that's been built up. Like, we know since she, crystallized herself or whatever, that she's not dead or anything like that. And just the build up for her eventual return, whenever it does happen, like, I feel like it's been great. Like, really making us wait for that to happen. I think it's pretty cool. Really? We're making a declaration of war in this filthy intermented zone? Look at all this open air seating. What security is in this place? Magath is responsible for on-site operations. Wow, even General Calvi is here. The Navy and Army commanders too. The core of the military squatting amid this squalor. Ridiculous. Look at all the foreign ambassadors and nobles. They must all know the Tyburs. And reporters from every major newspaper in the world, I guess. It's like being at the center of the world. It's incredible what the Tybur family is capable of. Even though they are Eldians just like us. It started. Are Falco and Mr. Braun still not here? Sheesh, what could they be doing? Warriors of Marley. It's also like really scary that whatever Eren is planning to do, I mean, he picked the absolute most ideal time to do it because it's literally everyone here together in this one place, from all these neighboring countries and whatever, and the Tybur family as well, who very rarely make appearances at all, are also here. It's just crazy that like everything is here right now in this moment. Anyway, it sounds like it's starting. Eren, how did you get here? That's the first thing you want to ask me? What did you come here to do? The same thing as you. Yeah, Reiner is literally me in like the last couple chapters, man. Like, how did you get here? Why? Really? You don't get it. I'm the same as you. I didn't have any other choice, that's why. Hold on. I think the curtain has risen. Let's listen. Man, dude. And seeing Reiner break down like that, dude, crazy. Um, Once upon a time, about 100 years ago, the Eldian Empire used the power of the Titans to take over the world. From the time of the appearance of their ancestor Ymir to today, who knows? Who knows just how many lives have been taken by the Titans? The latest research says that humanity as we know it today could go extinct 3 times over, and the number still wouldn't be high enough. The Titans took from us an outrageous number of races and cultures, our history. These slaughters are now humanity's history. They are the path that the Eldian Empire chose to walk. Then, once the Eldian Empire ran out of enemies, they began to kill one another. That was the beginning of the Great War. The families who held the 8 Titans shed each other's blood in an endless cycle of conspiracy and betrayal. There was a Marleyan who saw in this chaos a way to prevail. This was none other than the great Helos. He was the statue in front, right? I think he was like on a horse, right? Was it in front of? It was in front of the hospital, right? I think. I think. Anyway, he definitely manipulated others so that the Eldian Empire killed its own again and again. Then he joined hands with the Tybur family and successfully forced even King Fritz, said to be impossible to defeat, to retreat to the island. Oh wow, okay. Interesting. So Helos and the Tybur family are responsible for sending Fritz to Paradise Island. Okay. But though the king retreated to the island of Paradise, he continued to reign. Tens of millions of Titans wander waiting on that island with the power to crush the world. At the moment, our world continues to exist intact, but only by pure chance. It is the only explanation our Titan scholars can provide. When Marley, our motherland, sent 4 Titans to the island in order to remove this threat, they were beaten back. The only one to return was the armored Titan. We have sent a total of 32 survey ships to the island in these last 4 years, and every one of them has vanished. What I am saying is, the darkest blot on human history, the Eldian Empire, is alive and well. Hear that, Reiner? That is why you breached the wall, right? You were trying to save the world, isn't that right? 4 clueless kids sent off to that island without knowing a thing. Anything unusual yet? Actually, let me show you guys that page really quick. I want everything reported. I don't care how small it seems. Yes, sir. Jaeger, you keep going to the front gate. Right. You two, this way. I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. What unit do you belong to? I've always been stationed to the west in Lakua. I was called up here to help with security, and I don't have any interest in chatting with Eldians. That's too bad. I was just admiring your chin hair. Oh, Piek. Oh, the Panzer unit. I'll show you guys this page. Oh, I never thanked you for working so hard. No, you've done so much more. You're in a good mood today. What are you doing? Let's go. What was that about? You know their fates are tied to the car Titan. We've got to stay friendly. You sure you didn't just cause more problems than you fixed? Here. Where's Commander Magath? Porco! Oh, what? Dude, the plan's already like, oh man, dude. So like I wonder where um because this soldier who we don't know who it is yet. I mean, I feel like I have a good idea because it looked like in that one shot where you kind of see behind his head. I mean, his hair is super cut, so like obviously my guess is either it can't be Levi obviously because the this person has lighter hair. But also Connie has lighter hair. I mean, darker hair, right? I mean, obviously he has the shaved head, but like he has like it's black stubble. I'm pretty sure. So is Armin. This soldier has to be Armin with short hair, and he's growing a little bit of chin hair as well, dude. Um, and the eyes in this panel as well. Like, I don't know. I feel like those are just how dark they are. I feel like because I have some of the earlier volumes in Titan, and I feel like my memory is kind of bad, but I feel like I've he's always been drawn with sort of darker eyes. So like I could be wrong, but Armin is my guess. Um, but I don't know, man. I'm excited, and it's also really interesting that like I wonder what's gonna happen with Zeke. Like who's gonna take care of him because assuming that this is Armin or whatever. He said Jaeger, you go to the front line or something like that, right? So he told Zeke to go a totally different way, unsupervised, like nobody walking with him, just to go by himself, and then he took care of Porco and Piek alone. So I wonder what's gonna happen with Zeke. Okay, this can't be real. Could it be? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me get to the point. Everyone knows the facts I've recounted so far, but the truth is slightly different. I'm referring to the memories that we, the Tybur family, have passed down generation to generation along with the Warhammer Titan. Today, that truth will be publicly revealed for the first time ever. The truth from a century ago concerning the Grey Titan War. This dude's about to blow everyone's mind, isn't he? Like, including mine, because this has been the so-called truth that the Marlians have kind of been led to believe to be the kind of like unquestioned truth for basically their entire lives. I feel is about to be turned on its head. Um, so this is insane because the Tieper family have passed down this truth from generation to generation, and now he's about to like I just said, flip it on its head. So like, oh man, dude. Um, all right. Who ended the Great Titan War? Was it Helos? Was it the Tiber family? It was neither. The man to save our world by putting an end to the Great Titan War was King Fritz. What? Specifically the 145th King Karl Fritz. Even before he inherited the founding Titan, he lamented the Eldian Empire's brutal history. He'd grown tired of the ugly war between families and countrymen, and most of all, his heart ached for for Marley, a nation under constant tyranny. Um, when he inherited the founding Titan, he also decided to conspire with the Tiber family. He offered himself as a way to bring the history of the Eldian Empire to an end. His own empire. Wow. But I mean, it makes sense if he lamented his own empire's brutality and just the fact that his empire really was sort of the catalyst for all this violence and stuff like that and wars and things like that. Um, Man, like I think it's pretty cool that the guy kind of wanted to put himself out there and say, enough's enough. Like I'm gonna take it upon myself to try to stop this. And the fact that he felt bad for the opposite, race of people, the Marlians, that he actually sympathized with those people as well. It's really interesting because for all this time, the Marlians have been led to believe the other way around, right? Um, that it was Helos, this character that the Tibers have created, right? King Fritz worked with the Tiber family to present a Marlian as a hero. Yeah, that man was Helos. Then, as the aliens began to eliminate one another just as we had planned, he himself moved as many of the Eldian people as he could to the island and enclosed them inside the walls. He said that anyone who threatened his peace would be met with countless titans as retribution, but he did not truly mean this. In order for his successors to inherit his own philosophy, even after his death, Karl Fritz swore his vow to renounce war. Wow. Only one of royal blood is able to make use of the absolute power that is the founding titan, with its ability to control all titans, and only inheritors of this royal bloodline are affected by his vow. Okay, so wow, so I guess obviously Eren had to tell everyone what King Fritz, the truth about King Fritz, but wow, so Eren, after he got the founding titan ability, he was made aware of King Fritz's kind of what's the word, like pacifism, right? Wow, that's really interesting. So then that totally makes even more sense as to why Eren is telling Reiner that, hey, me and you are the same. We both want the same thing in the end, right? To stop this war, to protect our people. And King Fritz was kind of like the originator of that idea of that pacifism. Anyway, so only inheritors of the royal blood are affected by his vow. Because of it, Karl Fritz's ideology is passed down to each new king of the walls, which is why the Titans have yet to leave their island and ravage the world. I mean to say it was the detestable king of the walls who protected this world. It was Karl Fritz's heartfelt desire for peace. Yes, his goal was peace, and the liberation of Marley from its many years of persecution. If Marley grows strong and attempts to take the lives of the royal family or its founding titan, I will accept it. If Marley decides to exterminate all Eldians, I will accept it. That is how grave the crimes of us Eldians were. They can never be atoned for. Eldians, Titans, they never should have existed in the first place. I will accept the responsibility of righting this wrong. Let me go back really quick. Show you guys this. Man, I mean, this is probably gonna be an extra long reaction because this is a lot to digest. So I apologize beforehand, but I already have so many thoughts. Anyway, so yeah, his goal is peace, obviously. Liberation of Marley from its many years of persecution. If Marley grows strong and attempts to take the lives of the royal family or its founding titan, I will accept it. If Marley decides to exterminate all Eldians, he'll accept it. Okay. Until the day that only until the day this retribution comes, I want to live inside the walls. I want to enjoy this brief paradise, this world without conflict. Please, I ask that you only grant me this. Those were the king's final words to us. What? Okay, so this was... Wow, okay, so this was... I thought this was Willy saying this, but no, it's actually King Fritz who's saying these words? Man, okay, so now this makes a little bit more sense, because I thought it was Willy that was saying it, but no, it's King Fritz that's saying this, I think. Alright, no, it is Willy who's saying this, I will accept it. Okay. Until the day that this retribution comes, I want to live inside the walls, I want to enjoy this brief paradise, this world without conflict, and now this is Fritz talking. Please, I ask that you only grant me this. Those were the king's final words to us. What's he talking about? If that's true, then that means everything about Marley and the Tybur family saving the world was all set up by King Fritz. So it's like he purposely made himself the villain, right? Why would the Tybur family reveal that after all this time? If the King of the Walls truly has no desire to invade the rest of the world, what do we make of all we believed about Paradis being a threat? But in recent years, a rebellion has occurred within Paradis, suppressing King Fritz's peaceful ideology. Someone has stolen away the founding titan. The world is in danger once more. A man has appeared who opposes King Fritz's peaceful world. This man is a rebel against peace, and his name is Eren Yeager. What? What? That's the end of the chapter too. God damn it, dude. Luckily, I don't have to wait a month, but what? Oh my god. The ending of this chapter just took a turn that I did not expect at all. Man, okay. So let's try to digest this chapter, man, because there's a lot. Okay. I guess we should start off with the ending, right? I almost don't believe it. Can we truly believe the Tybur family at this point? Like, I feel like, yeah, he's definitely in terms of King Fritz. I feel like that's true, right? Obviously, I would say 99% that is like the truth as it happened. But I still feel like he's hiding something. I just don't know if I can really truly believe what he's saying about Eren, but because I would think that Eren and King Fritz are pretty, like, or at least Eren is in agreement with what King Fritz, set out to do and what he wanted to do, like just his ideology of pacifism. I would think that Eren would hold that same kind of idea as well, that ideology. Not just because it was passed down to him, but yeah, I don't know. I assumed that he would be walking down that same path as well. So the fact that it seems like no, he's going the opposite route. That he is this rebel. That he has, to the Tybur's words, he's stolen this power. That he is suppressing King Fritz's ideology. Man, I just don't know what to make it. There's so little information on that front specifically. I just don't know what to make of it at this point. So, like, oh man, I wish I could talk about it more, but like I just don't know what to make of it. I don't know whether to believe it or not. Because I don't know, like I feel like because King Fritz, like, he in the stories that, the Tybur family had to, or the memories that the Tybur family had to pass down to, every generation of Marleyans, they created Helos. Was Helos and who else was it? Helos and the Tybur family, right? And their stories and their memories that they passed down to everyone else. It was Helos and the Tybur family who, sent Fritz off to Paradis Island, and they saved, Marley and whatever. But, come to find out that in actuality, it was Fritz himself who kind of like almost like exiled and sent himself over to the island and took Eldians over there with him. But like what's the most fascinating thing to me is Fritz being so kind of exhausted with the constant fighting and the brutality of his own people, he makes himself out to become the villain in this whole situation. He lets the Tybur family create the character of Helos to make it seem as no, the Marlians are the heroes in this story. Like the Marlians are the ones who saved us from the brutality of the Eldians, right? Um, and then we come to find out that it was actually King Fritz who, sent himself over to the island along with other Eldians, um, making himself the villain. So where I'm going with this is that I wonder if Eren is possibly maybe trying to do something similar by making himself the like the villain, but I don't understand. I don't understand what the hell. Okay. I don't understand what exactly would be the purpose of him becoming the villain in this story in this particular time in their history when it seems like Willy telling everyone the truth about King Fritz, um, I feel like would just like chill everyone out, right? Like at that point with the truth now out in the air, there wouldn't be a need for a rebellion on Eren's part where when I feel like the Marlians will be more understanding of the Eldians now that they know the truth, right? So I'm just curious as to why exactly is Eren rebelling at this time, right? Um, then again, right? Like I don't think 100% everyone is gonna be on board with hearing what Tybur had to say, right? There's still probably gonna be a couple outliers. Um, but I don't know. It's a really interesting situation. Like I totally was not expecting that. Totally blindsided me. Eren being this rebel going against um King Fritz's ideology just threw me for a loop. Honestly. Um, so yeah, that was pretty incredible. So also kind of earlier in the chapter, um we got, I'm trying to think, man, a lot of stuff happened in this chapter. I also like how like Reiner throughout this entire chapter is just basically like me. Like he's just like getting every panel that we cut to Reiner is just him like getting his mind blown or like him like about to like collapse on the ground. He's just like, oh my god. He's just like that Mr. Krabs meme with like the whole room like shaking. Like that's literally Reiner in this entire chapter, dude. And it's pretty funny, but like you feel for the guy, man. Um, because it just Reiner, man, this character, man, it's just like now it truly feels like his whole life. Like, what has he been fighting for? If everything that he's been led to believe about the Eldians has now been confirmed to be like essentially a lie, right? Um, that's insane. Like, I mean, he thankfully for him, he actually got over there to see what the Eldians were like. He got to exist amongst them, fight with them, laugh with them, see, he spent time with them. So he got to see that, the Eldians are not as bad as, everyone makes it out to be. But now to have this confirmation, it's just like, God, I can only imagine what this guy is going through. And it makes what Isayama has done with this character to I've never hated Reiner personally. I've always really, really liked him. Even when, the whole warrior episode and him transforming into the armor, that confirmation of him being the armor titan. I've never hated the guy. But what he's been able to do to that character, I think is really like just has been handled brilliantly. I have to admit. So Reiner again, man, easily probably like top 5 characters in this manga. Maybe even top 3. Like that character has just been like he's just I just love what Isayama has been doing with him specifically. Um, and it's just like I don't know, man. It's just you just pity the guy. You just can't help but feel bad for him. Even and I feel like for people it has to be a really totally different experience for people who hate this character, who hate Reiner's guts after finding out that he's the armor titan and that he's an enemy of humanity and things like that. For those people who hated Reiner and that character, I'm really curious to see how, like, if any of you guys hated him at one point because he was the armor titan, um and the betrayal and everything, all the terror, because he has done terrible, terrible stuff. I'm really curious to see, or just to know, like, how those people felt, getting to this point in the manga. Like, did your perspective on that character shift? Um, just things like that, because I would bet that a lot of people, like, saw Reiner in a different angle after these chapters, and like, you can't help but not feel sorry for the guy now, um, and sympathize with him. So I think he's just been handled really, really good. Um, so yeah, so that's Reiner, man. Um, and also, like, okay, so we got to see, I can't wait to see. I'm a little iffy on what Eren is planning to do. And this plan, oh my god, chapter 100 is about to be crazy, isn't it? I'm not even ready for the next chapter, man. But just to see the plan, getting into motion now. Um, so seeing this one soldier that apparently Piek recognized briefly. Um, Now I'm trying to think because um did because I remember the Cart Titan had an encounter with the Cart Titan on Paradis, at least only had an encounter with Levi, as Piek was getting Zeke out of there. Um, an encounter with Hanji and John as well, when Piek had to get Reiner out of that situation as well. So I don't think, or at least I don't recall. And of course, Piek met Eren as well. They had a little brief encounter. I don't know if anyone else was there on that rooftop during that moment, but yeah. So Piek has met Eren, Hanji, John, and Levi. Um, that's saying I don't. She might have maybe briefly seen Armin. I don't recall if she's ever seen Connie. I don't think she's seen those two. You might correct me if I'm wrong. Um, so it's very fascinating to say that she recognized this person. Um, because I think it's Armin. So they definitely had to have seen each other at some point. Um, and also Armin, if this is Armin, Armin's looking tall. Like he's grown, man. And the fact that he's got some chin hair, man, that's pretty cool, man. I love it. And he's also, it looks like he's got a new hairstyle as well. I love time skips. Time skips are my one of my favorite things in anime. Like, how could you not like it, man? It's when done right, like it's the best. Um, so just don't be a fairy tale time skip, because God, that was, the 7 year one was horrible. Anyway, um, so yeah, that was pretty cool. And then Zeke, I guess, is my last major question. Um, I find it like, I don't want to. I feel like I don't want to throw up this theory because I feel like it's gonna be wrong. But I don't know. I just feel like it's very weird. You know what? It probably makes sense why Zeke had to go one way, and then this person who I'm assuming to be Armin took Piek and Pac, in a different direction. Maybe because Armin was like, we needed to separate, these three, or separate Zeke from these two, because, Zeke is such a threat that we just need to kind of like separate him as much as possible. But at the same time, I feel so, why, like, for Zeke to just be so accepting of, like, hey, like, you need to go over there, and Zeke's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I feel a little bit odd that he would just, like, but then again, like, hey, he probably doesn't know that, this guy isn't, a um someone from Paradis, he's probably totally operating under the assumption that, hey, this is just a normal, Marleyan soldier or whatever, that's here. So he's probably not even thinking about it too hard. I could be wrong, but I don't know. So yeah, there's the Zeke thing, and I guess lastly, the fact that, what did he say? He said something like, aliens shouldn't have existed in the first place. Right, that was King Fritz who said that. A really interesting take. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to throw that out because I had that in the back of my mind. But like, yeah, a really really interesting take. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. This was a really really long video. I apologize, but chapter 99 was like pretty insane. Just like, I think it goes to show, like, yeah, we have titans, we have we have the colossal titan, we have the founding, the attack, the jaw, the armored, we have people flying, zipping around in 3D maneuver gear, we have swords, we have guns, we have cannons, we have all this weaponry and technology. Marley has tanks and guns and airships and whatnot, but like, don't underestimate the power of propaganda, because in this world, propaganda is just as powerful. I guess that's the moral of this chapter, man. So I'll like, comment, and subscribe for more, guys, and I'll see you guys for chapter 100. Peace.